day to viewers, the Colonel speaking to you live from the Lay Rectory, we'll get it right this time, for British Imperial YouTube Broadcasting. We're with the Squire, and he's going to demonstrate. Good morning, Squire.
Good morning, everyone. Well, you see in front of you, quite a modern player for me, really. This is...
Where's the handle?
This is a French design. It either works on the batteries or mains electric.
Or it doesn't work at all. Typically French.
Well, so far so good.
What does it look like closed, if we may see it? Because it's rather... Oh, there we go. Look at that.
I think they call it nickname it the flying saucer, don't they?
Really? I don't know. I've never seen one before. Are they terribly rare?
No, but they're very trendy, and they do fetch quite a bit of money. I've got two of them. I've got one with the blue plastic as well, which has got to be working. They were designed and came out about 1969.
Right.
By a person with a very French sounding name of Patrice Dutoit was the designer of them. And they are a 3-speed record player. And for the size, quite remarkable, not too bad quality really.
Right.
Now from the rest of this time, it's going to be what's called quiz time.
Ah.
Now I've got 3 records here, which are acetates, and I know a little about one of them, but the other 2 I haven't got a clue about.
Right.
Well, I'm interested to know if anybody can identify any of these. Well, if we start with this one, this is a 10-inch acetate record. With, I don't know if you can actually see the recording on there.
Yes, you can. Yes.
And the recording is ready for a 7-inch. It's at 45 for a 7-inch recording. So this could be a master. I don't know. But it's Ron Goodwin Orchestra. But the only clue I've got is it says on the record the 2 words backing 2, and then it sounds like an abbreviation. SHROLU, Shrolu it reads. It's gobbledygook, so it must be something else. But I'm just wondering if anybody knows what this is.
bit grim at the end there, but
quotation from the funeral march.
Yes, indeed.
But I'm just wondering, does that mean anything to anybody? Does anybody got any ideas as to what that is? I'd be very grateful to know. I've had the disc for quite a long time, and I've never been able to identify it. Well, the next record I've got is another 10-inch acetate.
Right.
This is also 45, but if you look at this one, this would have to go on an 8-inch
yes,
disc.
Yes.
So this couldn't have been used for any kind of mastering for 45.
No.
For a 7-inch. Now I believe you think it's a translation of a Jewish lullaby.
I think so. Yes, yeah. I have heard it.
But I don't know who it is or what the piece is.
She sounds familiar, but I can't.
She does.
Think
I can't put a name to her.
Child of a northland barren, daylight wanes and vanishes beyond starry heaven. All the frost and freezing night often crushes life's delight. Yet, my baby, you will own all Arctic golden land.
Well, there we are. It's not that woman from Oliver, is it? Shani Wallace, was it?
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
It's not a voice. I recognise the voice. It's like a lot of people at that time, but I can't put a name to it, and I can't put a name to the song either. Now the other one was a. Now this is a cracker. This one. This is real. This is a spoof. I consider to be a spoof cricket commentary. Now it's a double-sided 12-inch 78 acetate, and I've got to check I've got the right side. Let's have a look, see where we are. I did scratch on the side number. Where the hell did I do that? Oh, there we are. That's side 1. Now this is typical of a cricket commentary you'd have heard on the radio in the 1950s or early 60s.
Sometimes up to today. I remember sitting in maths classes at school, and the master would have the cricket on the radio, and we'd sit there laughing ourselves silly.
Yeah,
dear.
But I think this is not genuine. This is a spoof.
Yes, it is.
But I'm just wondering if anybody knows anything about it, knows who made it, where or when. There again, there's no label on it, so I haven't got any details. Right.
I quite agree.
Well, I remember once at Worcester.
Now here, a very bleak and wet greeting from Old Trafford. We greet light programme and general overseas listeners with Australia at 253 to 3. Bedser is bowling Hassett. Hassett and Morris were on 185 for Australia before Morris was run out when he got 80. Then came disaster for Australia when Neil Harvey failed to appear from the pavilion. After 3 minutes, Len Hutton appealed under Law 36. The same thing happened to Miller. It appears that these two foremost Australian batsmen were watching television, unaware of Morris's dismissal. That's unfortunate for Australia, and Doug Ring hastily appeared without his pads. But he's still there, 54 not out, with Hassett 113. Now Warner bowls his first ball. Hassett hooks it. It's going to be 6, I think so. Jingo! And landed right in the box. To the hem. I recover ourselves. Arthur Wrigley informs me that it's the closest shave in 30 years of scoring first-class matches. Well now, I've got a pretty shrewd idea that with the weather like it is, the Australian policy will be for their batsmen to hit out or get out. What do you think, Arthur?
Well, I think...
Yes, I was right. The players are hurrying in. Hassett is declared at 285. Oh, some sort of trouble on the pitch. The head groundsman's nearly been knocked over by the heavy roller. Very nearly rolled in. You know, the crowd do appreciate a spot of light relief on occasions like this. Well, now for a few words about the Australian knock from John Arlott. Over to you, John. Thank you, Jim.
Well, the Australian innings seemed to me to be one in the eye for all those people who say they can't bat on a wet wicket. I noticed a lot of wides fall to Hassett, and it's just struck me that this diminutive batsman probably can't reach a ball which, say, Arthur Morris could easily hit. Anyway, here come the Australian team, led by Lindsay Hassett. You can hardly see the little man, so much is he hidden by a sea of flannels and sweaters. And now come the English batsmen, and I'll hand you back to Bernard Kerr for the Australian point of view. Well, thank you, John. Well, first I have to tell Swahili listeners that Umpaliding Hayuari Japahorish Takema Lightus Mira Haya Hassett come to a Hora Eladura Divorce Batingo Bailey. Attract a Kato Gahema Marmalade at Set Studio. Well, Lindwall is about to bowl round the wicket. By that his right arm is plumb in line with a large glistening mobile canteen, and I expect the batsman will experience great difficulty in seeing the ball. Lindwall bowls. My word, that Clifton Glen Hutton never saw it. Now Lindwall walks back. Lindwall comes forward. He bowls again. It's his slower ball. Hutton shapes to play forward to it, but he's changed his mind. A half cock stroke. The ball moves in a little. Gets the inside edge of his bat. Now it's bowled him. Hutton bowled Lindwall for no runs. Well, Arthur, what did you think of that?
Well, Bernard, that was an amazing ball. Lindwall certainly isn't a spent force. And he's got Sydney Barnes in that very hostile position that Silly made on. I beg your pardon. Arthur Wrigley tells me that it's Davidson now. Of course, listeners will remember that Barnes wasn't picked for this Australian. So I'm not beginning
Now F.R. Brown is coming out to bat, and everyone hopes he'll stay till tea. The crowd are giving him a rather hostile reception. Still, I suppose this Lancashire crowd take rather a dim view that the chairman and the selectors should not have chosen Oaken and Washbrook for the England 11. Oh dear, a very unhappy incident, and one which will disturb the heart of every cricket-loving Englishman. And the crowd have started to throw stones and bottles, and Freddie Brown is returning hurriedly to the pavilion with 2 policemen. Young Peter May's coming out. No, he's not. They're all going back to the pavilion. Tell me, W. Wallace, what do you think of prospects of further play today?
Well, quite honestly, Jim, I don't think anybody will notice whether the game goes on or not. If anything to bowl short and drop catches, the England side might just as well stop playing.
Well, there we go. I thought it was the Society Comedy for doing that. Sounded like our old friend Proudy at the beginning there.
It's certainly similar, isn't it, my word?
It is, you know.
My gosh, yes.
Oh, we didn't hear yes, yes, yes at the back there, but it sounded like that. But it's definitely a comedy record, isn't it? Well, Comedy Society too.
Of course, it goes on the other side. We won't go on to that, but it's going on the side. But if anybody's got any ideas as to either of those records, as to any of their origin or what they are, I'd be interested to know.
They're quite clever because you know, I don't remember any cricket commentaries where they did bits in Swahili. But they seem to be talking a lot about cakes, as I recall.
Yes, I think, but it's so typical of the commentary of that time. They always used to sort of bandy about between one commentator.
Yeah, be Johners and
yeah, that's right.
The others and some buggers or whatever. I don't know. It was all very odd. It
certainly was.
But that was in the 80s when I was at school. Yes, viewers, not the 1880s. Well, if you've got any ideas, let us know, and the Squire would be most grateful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, viewers. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.